and then all the lessons behind those challenges. It's really a perspective of mine, perspective for a lifestyle, and so on. So lots of things can be really said in here. I've been 14 years with international organizations from all over the world doing different jobs and observing elections, empowering women, empowering youth, training in communication, training in civil issues.
Today we got some electrifying experience by interviewing Mrs. Raimabad. She hails from Jordan and works for Dubai Police as chief spokesman in Dubai and United Arab Emirates. She came to Kerala to Dr. Santosh, who is a well-known personality in Dubai as well as the whole United Arab Emirates. He introduced her to meet Dr. Jacob Vadakancheri for her naturopathy treatment. That's in Nature Life International Pattikad, this situated in Thrissur, Kerala. We got a chance to talk with her and collect some golden information and knowledge from Mrs. Raimabad. When we met her at Dr. Santosh's home, which was a great experience to us. She was a senior reporter in war fields for Al Jazeera Television, Dubai Television during the Iraq war with Kuwait. She is a well-wisher of India and a well-wisher and a true believer of traditional culture of India as well as Kerala. She was well known for her women empowerment in different GCC countries. She is famous for her involvement in women's activities and voluntary activities for women also. She belongs to a well-known family from Jordan. Her father is still a parliamentarian, as well as her mother is also working for government administration. So get ready to witness a dynamic exchange of insights, wisdom and experiences from this influential personality. It's our pleasure that we humbly and warmly introduce this great and wonderful personality to our channel and to you.
I'm from Crime Channel Online. Today we have a special guest. She is from Jordan and she works for Dubai Police, and we are very happy to introduce you on our channel.
Thank you so much. Thanks for the introduction and thanks for the channel.
And so how are you? How are you feeling?
I'm very fine.
You find this place very good?
Of course, it's actually my heaven.
Is it?
my earthly heaven.
Okay.
Kerala has been really a real home for me for the past 14, 15 years. I've been having a long path with the Ayurveda and naturopathy treatments.
Mm-hmm.
But before that, coming from an ancient civilization myself, I'm fond with ancient civilizations. I've been always attracted to the Indian culture and the surrounding Eastern cultures as well. So it wasn't really something strange that I always search at this area and look for the wisdom of this area and the philosophy and the writers and the gurus and the books and the medicine and the scientific achievements and so on. So knowing my doctor had brought me to another dimension of my life, in which Ayurveda and only the natural treatments became my life remedies. Mm-hmm. And not only remedies for health issues, it's also remedies for the lifestyle and the way I think and the way I perceive it. So in general, that's the background of...
So you mean this is there's a reliever for you, the pressure reliever?
Yeah.
From all your work?
Definitely, yeah. Having a family friend in this place had really made a different perspective, as if I have a planet to go for whenever possible, actually. Not only, we don't come here only to relieve our pains or get balanced, but also to search about ourselves and know more about this world and be with real friends and be with real people whom you choose by your own heart, by your own mind, by your own choice.
Correct.
And then you also watch and observe other people, how they perceive life, how they do their own life. And you learn a lot to each and everyone you meet. So I feel myself very lucky to have been really surrounded.
And it's also a pleasure to have you here also in a place like Kerala, you know, with all the international travelers and almost all the guests from all the world coming and having your special time here.
Yeah, actually, I owe Kerala a lot. I owe India a lot, and I owe these civilizations a lot in my life. And I like to admit it and speak it out. I'm a big fan of this country and of this state, and it suits my mood. And every time I'm here, I feel myself much more creative and much more intuitive and much more back to my origin, back to myself, and I start really hearing the old sounds in my upbringing. So many similarities. You know, I studied in England and I lived with a Pakistani family, and that where also a lot of knowledge about this area had been created in my mind. And I find the similarities between cultures.
When you talk about Ayurvedic and naturopathy and for the body solve, so how you find this place? You said you are traveling.
Yeah, it was a long journey. I was suffering from knee issues, and I tried to cure myself by the ways we know at that time. I went to so many countries. I've been checked and diagnosed. And the solution is to do replacements according to the hospitals and top hospitals and centers specialized in the knee issues in which I visited myself and tried. And then suddenly somebody recommended a clinic in Dubai. I was thinking that I need something just to comfort me. I didn't think that I might find something beyond that. And then I was really in front of my doctor, who literally changed a lot in my life. Because he gave me hope at that point of life. I was very down. I was very desperate. Because to somebody who's really at a young age, to feel that his knees or her knees are gone, and journalist and running all the time and traveling all the time and covering stories and meeting people, to feel that you are kind of unable to do all these things and you have to resign and sit at home because you're unable, and they suddenly give you this much of hope. And it wasn't only hope, it was also reality.
Correct.
With also simple remedies, treatments and discipline and natural medicines. And really in a couple of months I was very fine, and he even diagnosed...
Very satisfied with this.
Yeah, and he even diagnosed other things which I was not taking care of. I didn't understand, and it wasn't diagnosed. So he took so many cares of different things in my health. And then I decided that this will be my health outlet. And from that time, I never deviated. From if I have headache, so it is again a natural remedy. If I have very rare that I do something away from that, when I don't have the room to do such.
Okay.
So it had been really a long journey now, and naturopathy also was introduced also by my doctor, who sent me a couple of times to naturopathy center to get
You mean Dr. Santosh?
Yeah,
Okay.
to get detoxified and to get another angle of living a healthy way and healthy life. And that's also a beautiful debate between the medical schools. And I always ask Dr. Santosh about the similarities and about the differences. And by the end of the day, truth is one, but it has so many ways. And that's an exploration journey as well, within yourself and within your own deficits. If you really look at the challenges you have as chances to learn, your life will be really always enlightened, and you are taking your soul and your body and your mind into a journey rather than think that you are in a black cluster, and why I lost my knees and why my back is this way and why I have throat issues and why I get a skin problem. In the contrary, it's a chance for us to develop ourselves in certain way or in uncertain, in so many ways. So these challenges did not come randomly. They came out of a great God who brought them to our lives for certain developments, for certain doors to be opened, for certain walks to be walked, for people to be meet, for certain talks to be listened to, for certain wisdoms to apply in our lives. So, and that actually became a ground foundation to my life. I actually went through so many crises in my own life, and I came from a region which has so many crises, and now we are going through a tragedy, which is, humanistically speaking, is really killing. And then you have this faith, and the stronger you become, then the more you can really resist, and you can be a leader for people towards their hopes, rather than you get devastated with your own issues. So when you really learn that there is a way for everything, that's not a piece of information. That's a great application in life. There is a way, and there is an outlet, and every issue has several solutions in life. Then it's your choice how you develop the exact solution for your own life. What solution you take, and then do you surround yourself with the real knowledge of each solution? Do you really contemplate around the experience or not? Or do you just take it, I'm going to the doctor to get diagnosed and to take the treatment and take the pill and that's it, go sleep for tomorrow? Or do you think about it from a circular perspective? And then you learn all the lessons which comes with it. Are we willing to take the challenges facing us or not? And then all the lessons behind those challenges. It's really a perspective of mine, perspective for a lifestyle, and so on. So lots of things can be really said in here.
Yeah. Again, going back to your land, to where you bought it in Jordan, and what was how you traveled from there till Dubai? You know, you have a.
It is really again a long journey.
We love to hear that.
Yeah, I came from very educated family, very progressive family, and very outgoing and very empowering family. I've been really lucky with my social background. Mm-hmm. We are for education, and my family are great leaders for society development in so many facets, in politics, in education, in university.
In Jordan?
Yeah, they are, of course. They are very influential figures. And education was a golden thing for us. And roaming around, and exploration, and work. Work is really holy in the way we've been brought up in the family. Do your duty. Do what God requested you to do in this life. So I was, after graduation, I worked at Jordan TV. Mm-hmm. And
so you are a journalist?
I'm a journalist by background, and I have two high degrees in media and journalism. And I taught journalism as well, and I train journalists till now. I train correspondents, speakers, public speakers, announcers, writers, editors. Yeah, that's part of the job I've done all through my life. I think
you are into women's empowerment, right?
That's another thing had been really through my life, because my mother herself is a mother figure. She's a woman figure, and she's a gender empowering leader. My father is a pro-women issues as well. Mm-hmm. So it had been really inherited thing also. I've been raised to be a strong person and to strengthen others, males and females. But when we speak about females, they really need extra care because of the socio-economics factors which we are surrounded with as women. Politics affect women more, wars affect women and children hundreds of times more, unfairness affects women more. So gender equality and gender issues have been part of that. But later, you asked me about the journey. Actually, I went also to study in England. I had my master's degree from the second master's degree from England. And prior to that, I traveled a lot in my life for different reasons, studying, courses, trainings, job missions, and so on. And after that, I came back to Jordan and I started working with Dubai TV as a bureau chief for Dubai TV from Jordan. And I was offered the job with Al Jazeera TV in Dubai. So I went to Dubai in 2000 and I established the channel there. And from there, I roamed to different positions. I worked at the Royal Court at certain time as a communication manager. And then I was appointed by the United Nations to be the first UNESCO chair on earth for a gender UNESCO
Great.
chair. Yeah, it was called UNESCO chair for...
Nobody gets that chance to go there. People are praying to get a chance over there.
Actually,
Chair over there.
it's an international competition.
Yeah.
And I just applied for the chair, and the chair was by accident in Dubai itself as well, in Dubai Women's College, and it was about communication technology and journalism for women.
Okay.
And I was so much equipped for that, based on my background and based on my
Yeah, correct.
experience. So I was taken. And that was also another really great outlet in my life to learn and explore differently, in which I explored more in the gender issues, and specifically when it comes to gender media and the influence on women and how women also influence media, all these aspects. The chair was responsible to raise the awareness about the whole area of gender and media from early age, when women choose their jobs at secondary period, to the ministers of media.
Okay.
So, and the writers and the editors, all through the line. So that was a very interesting job, which I stayed for 4 years. I also toured lots of countries in that capacity. And after that, I decided to take my own stand in life and became my own boss. So for 14 years, I became an international and regional consultant. I toured the Middle East country by country, city by city. I know all the Arab world like my hand. I speak all the dialects. I trained in each capital and in so many villages and Bedouin areas and cities all over the Arab region and some surrounding regions like Iran and Pakistan and Turkey and Europe and America as well. So I've been 14 years with international organizations from all over the world doing different jobs and observing elections, empowering women, empowering youth, training in communication, training in civil issues. And through that journey, I took also lots of certificates and lots of education in the excellence and quality area. And that was a big need in Dubai itself, as a country which transforms itself very progressively, and country which really led the excellence and quality in the Arab world. Jordan had a very strong foundation in that, because in Jordan we had the first excellence and quality center in the whole Arab region.
Okay.
So Jordanians are equipped, and they took really the lead in all the region in the excellence and quality domain. So I've been really teaching myself more and more how to do the job in a better way, and taking certificates in the different excellence from the different excellence certification bodies, and applying it to different domains. And that became also my breadwinning also job at a lot of years in my. And then Dubai Police offered me a job in which to become one of the senior advisors.
Yeah, I heard that. You are international administrator for Dubai Police.
Exactly, and now I do also lots of organizational development. Dubai Police is a very progressive organization, and it's a lead police force. And we are working on something we call it the pioneering status. And doing the pioneering compass and the pioneering KPIs and so on. So the UAE is one of the really most developed countries on earth in so many facets. So if you want to work in such a fast-moving country, you have to also be a fast mover and learn a lot and learn quickly and emphasize and focus on things. So that, in short, had been my professional life. And at the side, I've been always doing parallel things. I'm a lifelong volunteer in so many aspects of life. I'm a environmental ambassador, ecological ambassador, nature preservance ambassador, and education, and so many facets of life. Social justice and injustice, that's also part of the core things I've done in my life. Young people empowerment, people with special needs. I've done so many work in that thing, and that really supported my work, and my work also supported my volunteerism. So in short, that's mainly, I've written a lot. I was also, I wrote in newspapers and magazines. And now, lots. I've been an editor. I've been a chief editor for a newspaper, and for a magazine, and for the first economic bulletin in the whole Arab region. And that was at a very early age, actually. But now I write articles from time to time.
Also for channels? Also for channels?
Some channels, they ask me for specific names, but usually I write for some main newspapers and websites, media websites. And now started a step also to start writing my own books with my consultation work, which is never stops.
Now, Dubai government and Dubai police is very lucky to have a person like you there.
Yeah, it's a bilateral thing. I hope. Thank you so much for the compliment. But you need organizations also a great value in our lives, and they do a great job. And we have to do our job to the best maximum level we can.
Yes.
So I always say that you don't go to the exam and you study at the last 2 hours. You have to study all through your life.
Yes.
To pass exams, and life will throw exams all through the way. So you have that open up perspective is very important. That when you awake in the morning, what you are for, what is your lifelong duty, and what is your lifelong mission? Where are you going? What you're doing, and is the things which you are doing in your life aligned really with your lifelong mission or not? Or is the family you are bringing really aligned with that sound of life or not? So, but maybe something interesting that when you become a woman consultant, that has a completely different angle.
It's a completely different thing.
It's a managed domain. It has been a very managed male led domain.
Dominant, you can say. So many questions I asked, and so many knowledge I got from you about the things happening around the world, and from you are a special guest for us. We will just conclude the session for today, and we'll go to another episode.
Okay, thank you so much. Thank you so much for the great questions. I learned a lot actually from your own questions. Thanks a lot. Thanks for the channel.